All right, welcome back to That Ninja Can Cook. So today we're gonna cook some drumsticks. All right, I got my chicken basically cleaned here. I got them, all right, cut so the seasoning can get inside. All right, and wash them with some vinegar, some lime juice, some hot water or warm water, and then the secret part is gonna be that épice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna get some épice in there, some dry seasoning, and then we're gonna let it sit, let it marinate for about 30 minutes. And then we go into, of course, we gotta use the ninja. Gotta use the ninja. So we are going to pressure cook it first. All right. And then we're gonna air fry it. All right. Everything is happening in the ninja. Everything is happening in the ninja. All right. All right, so we're gonna keep the seasoning somewhat basic. All right. Now I'm really falling in love with these. I don't know if you call them kinders, whatever you call it. Of course, you have some adobo and some paprika. Okay. So I've got my épice in here. All right. The épice is in there. I'll do another video on exactly how I do my épice, and then I'm gonna throw in some of my dry seasoning, and then you'll see the finished product when it's done marinating. All right, so after these dry seasoning with the épice, this is what the chicken looks like. So I'm gonna leave this marinating for a good 30 minutes or so, and then we're gonna pressure cook it in the air fryer. And then once it's done, we're gonna let it run through maybe twice so the meat can get real tender. And then we're gonna air fry it again in the Ninja, because everything happens in the Ninja. This is stoveless cooking with That Ninja Can Cook. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes. Now, what I'm gonna do is just add a little bit of water in the Ninja. All right, because with pressure cooking, all the juice is coming from the chicken itself. All right, so we're gonna just pour this in here. All right, make sure you get all of that in there. All right, you can't leave all that good seasoning behind. So as soon as all that's in there, all right, I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt. Let's do a little bit of garlic salt. All right, just a little bit of garlic salt to add. I just did the seasoning, even though most of it has salt, but just a little bit of garlic salt to make sure you get some flavor in there. Should be good. And then, oh, can't forget the most important part, which is the Ninja pressure cooker lid. All right. So once I cook this in, come around this way and just basically got to turn it on first. Pressure cook on high, start, and that's it. Hands off. Stoveless cooking, real fast. Now you can go watch TV and wait until it's done. It's probably gonna take about maybe 18 or 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna run it one more time, take everything out, pour out the juice, keep the juice for a nice roux, a nice gravy for whatever your side dish is gonna be. If it's gonna be rice, you could save it for that. And after that, we just air fry it and we have fried drumsticks. All right, so this is what it looks like. So now, what I'm gonna do is gonna pour this so I can get my pan back. All right. Woo, that's hot. And then I get my grill for the air fryer. And all I have to do now is just put that chicken back. All right, to get air fried. All right. Look at this. See that? Tendernism. Tendernism. But we want it crispy, so that's why we're going air fry. And sometimes you can eat it just like this too. All right. And in fact, I'm gonna leave a couple to eat like that. And make space, make space, make space. All right, perfect. So now I'm gonna close it up, and then I'm gonna put on air crisp. All right, 400 degree for about 20 minutes. All right, so there's about 2.5 minutes left, but as you can see, they're pretty crispy, pretty golden brown. So I think I'm just gonna take them out. And if you see some empty spaces here, it's because I already tasted some already. All right. So what I would do is sometime I would put it back in the gravy just to add a little bit more kind of moisture to it, and leave some, very crispy and dry like that. All right. So roll that in the gravy a little bit here. All right, roll it in the gravy. And then grab a plate. All right, look, I'm not a chef, okay? I'm just a ninja that can cook. So then you can put some rice on the side, some vegetables. I'm going with some vegetables. All right, not sure what it is, but yeah, I'm going with some vegetables, and that's dinner. Stoveless cooking. I didn't even touch the stove. Everything was done right in here in my Ninja.